volume and value in any case.
Question number 4, Jacinda Ardern.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Social Development. Has the Ministry of Social Development competently managed the private information in its charge?
The Honourable Paula.
Mr Speaker, in relation to the work and income kiosks, I would have to say no.
Jacinda Ardern.
Mr Speaker, why didn't she know about the vulnerabilities raised by an IT company a year ago when, according to a letter from her to Bill English in 2009, the rollout of the kiosks would be monitored by both her and her chief executive closely?
The Honourable Paula.
Mr Speaker, because it is very operational. It was the IT division within MSD that did it, and it was an operational issue.
Jacinda Ardern.
Speaker, how can the public have any faith in her plans to establish a database of vulnerable children, even if it takes a year to roll out, given the latest failure was developed internally, tested externally, and supposedly monitored by her?
The Honourable Paula.
Mr Speaker, the member can keep saying that, but that's factually not true at the end there. It is an operational matter as far as the security of the systems, and that's where it lies. Mr Speaker, the Vulnerable Kids Information System is going to be a very, very different system. It's password protected, so only certain people have access to it, but I do admit that it needs absolutely the right checks and balances in place. I will have the right experts from within, but equally from externally from the Ministry, going through and making sure that we get that right before we put anything out there.
Leo Fa'amulia Asanati Lole-Taylor.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Supplementary to the Minister, will the security and integrity of all Ministry of Social Welfare databases now be checked, and by when?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, the Chief Executive has got Deloitte doing an independent review. We're doing it in 2 phases. So the first phase will be on the immediate problem with the kiosks, what has gone wrong there, why, what should have been done differently, and what do we immediately need to do to fix it. We estimate that that should take about 2 weeks. The wider issue of the systems within the Ministry will also be done by Deloitte, but I don't have an absolute time on that yet until they've done the original scoping.
Jacinda Ardern. Point of order, Jacinda Ardern.
I seek leave to table a letter from the Minister to Bill English on the automation of frontline services, where she says she will be monitoring the progress of these plans regularly with the Minister.
Leave is sought to table that document. Is there any order? This is a point of order. Leave is sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is no objection. Jacinda Ardern, supplementary
to the Minister. When did she first learn the name of who had identified the vulnerabilities in her department system, and did she consider this relevant information and in the public interest to know?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, to the first part of the question, I was informed on Wednesday afternoon last week, and at that point, no, I didn't feel like it needed to be made public. We weren't sure on the veracity around it. The Ministry itself had started doing checks of systems, but were obviously looking in the wrong place.
Jacinda Ardern.
To the Minister, why did her ministerial advisor access the LinkedIn profile of Ira Bailey on Thursday?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Actually, it was on Wednesday, and it's quite common for someone to Google a name when it comes up as a person that might be looking at the systems. Yeah.
Jacinda Ardern.
Supplementary. Can she assure the House that neither she nor her office leak the name of the person who originally uncovered this serious breach of privacy?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
I've said that before, but I'm happy to do it again for the member. To the best of my knowledge, certainly I didn't, and to the best of my knowledge, no one in my office. There is a wide range of people that knew that. If the member thinks that this is the biggest issue of the day, we have much more serious things to consider than a side issue like this.
Order. Question number 5, Pesata Samlo Tuyinga. Order. I say to the Minister, I've called her colleague. Order. I've called the member's colleague, and I expect a little courtesy. Pesata Samlo Tuyinga.